Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor, and this is Cozy Corner. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe for more content every Wednesday. So, I think one of the things I want to touch on is in light of a lot of the videos that I've posted, a lot of responses that I've been getting is in regards to people thinking that because I'm telling my side of the story, I'm bitter or I hate these people, and that's not it at all. The whole purpose of my channel is to be able to bring awareness to different things. Not only that, but to shine a light on the side of the stories in which I have not been able to tell. In hopes to encourage someone, in hopes to inspire someone. And for people not to feel like they're alone in a lot of the things that we all struggle with daily. So one of the things that the journey that I've been on is, and I've been on this for a while, is forgiving people. And I watched this movie that came out in theaters, and I'm pretty sure you all probably have seen it. And it was just about this guy that was struggling with a lot of generational curses. Is really what it was. His father was not in his life, and his father's father was not in his life. And he battled with trying to be a devoted servant of the Almighty, and he wanted to be emptied of the things that he was holding on to. So it made me think about, and it was put on his spirit in the movie to forgive his father, even though he'd never had the conversation with his father, but forgive him. And to release that whole situation to the Almighty and let him handle it. And it made me think about the time which I've told my story, the Sweet Oblivion series. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And a lot of the things that I've gone through in that situation. And I have completely forgiven everyone that has ever wronged me in any way. Yes, it took a while. Don't get me wrong. It did not happen overnight. It took a while for me to forgive them for the things that they've done. And one of the ways you know if you're forgiving a person is when you're saying, yes, I want to live right and I want to do things the right way. If you're led by the Spirit and the Almighty, He puts things on you to push you to that next step. But He also tests you. And forgiving people is not easy. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Because in order for you to open up a new chapter, a new door of opportunities, whatever it may be, you have to be willing to part with those things that could be a hindrance. A lot of people use their trauma to fuel their success. That's dangerous. You know, you hear a lot of stories about some of the figures that we've grown up with to know and love, where they have used, I have been homeless and I've done all these different things. And that's their drive and motivation to be rich, to have all this wealth, to be able to do all these different things, not realizing that it's actually holding you hostage in that situation. You're not fully allowing yourself to heal. You're not fully allowing yourself to see what's on the other side of that trauma. So you just live in it. And every time a door closes or every time something doesn't go your way, you're going back to that place of trauma instead of going back to a place of, okay, this did not work out. Maybe there's something else, And the other thing is, for me in forgiveness is when I found out about my ex and his situation when he cheated and ended up marrying a girl he cheated on me with. The Spirit was led for me to pray for their marriage. Yes, it was hard. This was years ago. It was very difficult because I'm like, why would I pray for them? I mean, he's doing stuff for her that he wasn't even doing for, working this hard in our relationship. And the Father just kind of put on my spirit, if you trust me and if you want me to handle this situation, you have to forgive. You have to forgive. And to test to see if you've truly forgiven, I want you to pray for the success of their marriage. And it was difficult because when I was like, honey, it was in the middle of the night. I laid in the bed and I said, you know what? I think go to bed. I'm not praying for him. Mm-mm. And I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned. So I got up. I said, okay, I'm going to pray. But in my mind, I still was like, I'm just going to say this prayer. This is going to be enough and I'm going to go to bed. No. Started my prayer. The Spirit convicted me again. It was like, nope, you're not being genuine. Do it over. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right. So I prayed for the happiness, success, prosperity, everything for their marriage to just flourish. And it was hard to do, but I did it. And when I got into bed, I was able to sleep. There has been a lot of situations where people have wronged me in some way. And I used to be the type to retaliate. I used to be the type to seek revenge in some way, or try to get to them in some way to where they know that they affect me in a negative way or hurt me or cause any pain, in my life. And so I got to the point where I was like, you know what? What am I gaining from doing this? It's not helping me get ahead. It's taking up mental space. It's taking up physical space. Spiritually, I'm not improving. So what good is this doing anyway? I was so used to having my foot on the gas and steering the car. And I got to the point where I got tired. You get tired of driving and there's a passenger perfectly capable of handling it all. And you're like, no, I got it. I can do it. I don't need your help. And that's kind of like in so many ways we treat the Almighty is we want to control everything. We want to have our hand in everything. And as soon as there's an inconvenience, as soon as there's a hiccup or a roadblock, the first thing we do is we want to pray and say, hey, help me through this roadblock. You get over the roadblock and then you go back to your old ways. It's only when we get in our toughest spots in life where we truly just say, oh, well, now I want to depend on him because now I'm realizing these things. But as soon as you're in a good place, you stop really seeking him for the guidance, seeking him for, truly letting him come in and take over. And that's where we fail at. I failed many times and I'm still learning, y'all. I'm still learning to not have my foot on the gas because sometimes I do it still and I have to catch myself like, hey, nope, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it because we know how this is going to turn out if we was to take this step. Because sometimes we don't realize we take a step forward only for us to fall 20 steps backwards. And now you're further away from where you originally started because you want to be in control. You want to, use the Almighty in scriptures and prayers as inconvenience. It's convenient when you need it. But when you're good, it's like, okay, I sit this to the side. I go back to it when I'm going through something else. When he's there for us all the time. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're experiencing, even your good times, still allow him to lead. Not just in your bad times and when you're struggling and you can't seem to find your way, lost your footing in a lot of things because it's not going to help you in the end.